Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be talking to you guys about my best and worst products of 2018 from TJ Maxx and from Marshalls. So I did decide to do this video because most of you guys probably already know I love shopping at Marshall and at TJ Maxx, and I like taking you guys along with me shopping. We literally find amazing deals, and sometimes these deals are not so great. So I do like to test out these products for you. I do show you guys how these products work, if I do recommend them or not. Anyways, if you guys are interested in finding out what are my best and worst products for 2018, just keep on watching the video. And before you get started, make sure that you do subscribe if you are new to this channel, and also make sure that you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. And with that being said, my loves, let's go on and get started with the video. Hey guys, so I'm right here in my makeup room, and I just laid out all the products on top of my vanity, so I show you guys a much easier what are my best finds and my worst finds. We're going to start off with some of the eyelashes that I ended up finding at TJ Maxx and Marshalls that are my best finds. So one of the first ones that I found for the beginning of 2018 is the Lily Lashes by Sephora. Now I found this pack, it was going for around $12.99. It's such an amazing deal because you do get the Miami lashes, which is an awesome popular lash, and then the other set is the Luxe lashes. Now this one also comes with a lash applicator, although I haven't actually used the applicator. I only use like the tweezers because I just find it a lot easier, and so I'm so used to it, so I don't use the applicator. But I found actually a few of these, so this is one of them that I've been keeping. And then the other ones over here is in the style Mykonos, and it was going for about $7.99 at TJ Maxx, so this is an awesome find as well. And then this other one is in the style Havana, which is one of my favorite styles. It's so pretty. I love this. Now the style Mykonos I actually haven't tried on yet. I've only found one of these, so I kind of want to like save it and not use, but I will probably use it for a tutorial. But this other one is called London. Now this style is really natural. I feel the band is a lot much easier to apply. For some reason the Miami style is not that easy to apply. The band is a little bit harder and thicker, so if you're looking for a more natural eyelash, try the style London by Lily Lashes. If you do find it at TJ Maxx, it's actually a really nice and natural eyelash. I haven't seen a lot of the Lily Lashes lately. I don't know why, but I haven't seen it at my local TJ Maxx or Marshall, so hopefully they do come back. Moving on, we're gonna go on now to this section. I did find the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer. This is such an awesome primer. This is one of the best finds, I think, also from TJ Maxx. This is going, I think, for about $12.99. I prefer this over that. I don't know why. I guess it's because I have more dry skin, so I like this one better than that one. But you guys let me know if which one you like best. This is one of the best finds as well. So I found this Smashbox also Photo Finish Primer Water in collaboration with Nicole Concilio. Now I was a little bit confused when I did see this, and I was a little bit shook, by the way, because this actually came out in the year 2018, and a few months after this was at TJ Maxx. I think it was because it was not selling well at the stores, so that's why it landed at TJ Maxx. So the other item that I did find was the Lock-It Concealer. This one is from Kat Von D, and it was in the shade Warm, and as well as the translucent powder. These two came in a set, like in a little package, and it was going for about $12.99. I believe I found this at Marshalls, but that was such an amazing steal because the translucent powder is actually really good, and the concealer is very full coverage, so that is why I totally recommend the little pack if you do find it. The other thing that I found is the Glazing Butter London Eye Gloss, which was for $6.99. I feel like this is such an amazing find, and it goes on so nicely on the eye. This one is in the shade Spark, and it is more like a golden shade. I don't know why I still have the packaging, but let me just show you. This is like a moussey consistency, but it goes in the lid really nice. It dries really nicely as well, and I don't know, it's such an amazing color. It really gives you a nice pop of color to your lid. Again, it is the Glazing Eye Gloss by Butter London. I'm gonna move on now to this section, which is most of the palettes that I feel are the best finds. So one of the best ones is by Kat Von D. It's a Shade and Light Contour Palette. I love that this contains a set of different colors for your contour, and also some powders for setting your makeup, which I feel this palette is so good. I've used it multiple times, and this was going for around, I believe, $14.99 or $16.99 when I found it at Marshalls at the beginning of 2018. I haven't seen this at all, so I don't know if it is coming back, but hopefully they do. And if you do see it, make sure you grab it because it's an amazing palette. This one is from Lancome. It's the Glow For It palette. And you get these 3 highlighter shades, which are really pretty. These are more, I feel, for more medium skin tones, but it is such a beautiful palette. It is by Lancome, and this one retailed, I believe, for like 40 something dollars. And I think I found it for $25 at Marshall's, but this is also one of my favorite finds. Now, one of my top favorite finds is this one. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is the Prism palette. Now, this palette is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. You get a variety of like lighter tones and also mattes. And you can use this for the summer, and you can also use this for the fall. I totally forgot to use this palette, but I want to show you quickly the pigment payoff. It's really nice. Really nice. Now, there was a little bit of a controversy with the Anastasia palette. Some said that it was really powdery and it just wasn't that great, but this one is actually pretty good. Now, I did do a tutorial using this palette. I will link it somewhere up here so you guys can go watch it if you're interested. But yeah, that is one of the best palettes that I found as well for the year 2018. So we're going to move on and we're going to close this palette. We're going to put that away. So since we are talking about the Anastasia brand, I'm going to show you guys the 2 blushes that I ended up finding also. This one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trios. This one is in the shade Cocktail Party. You get the orangey, more of a brown, and more of a pinky tone. I think this one can be like as a bronzer rather than a blush. I don't know. It looks more like a bronzer to me, but it's still really nice. Really nice. I think this was going for, I think, around $10 at Marshall's and at TJ Maxx. This other one is called Pool Party, which is a nice pinky blush. Now, this one contains more of like mauve pinky tones and also a shimmery blush in the middle there. These actually retail at Sephora, I think, for about $25. So it is a steal if you do get it for about $12. It's amazing. That's one of the best products that I found, I feel, and I always use this. The other finding that I think is a dupe for the Hourglass foundation stick is this one by Anastasia, and this one is in warm tan. This was going, I think, for about $10, and the reason why I feel like this is a dupe is because I do have the Hourglass foundation stick, and it's like the same exact formula. It goes on the same. These are definitely full coverage. They go on very buttery. I do recommend blending this with a brush rather than your beauty blender because it just blends in a lot easier and faster with a brush. So that is the one that I did find. And then the other one that I found was the Stila Stay All Day foundation. One of you guys actually recommended me try this foundation, and girl, I've been using this foundation like nonstop. I really like this one. I bought 2 of these just to make sure that I have them. This was in the shade Caramel. I'm not so sure how much this one retails at Sephora. The newest version comes with a concealer right on the top, and to me, I honestly don't care about that. This one at TJ Maxx and Marshall's goes for around $7.99. So make sure that you do check out TJ Maxx if you're looking for the foundation, because that is definitely a steal. Now, the other palette that I did like was also the Too Faced Glitter palette. This I found for $19.99. Now, I have a little bit of mixed reviews with this palette. This palette is a little bit nice. I think you have to pack this with some glitter glue for the glitters to stay in place, but it does pack on nicely with your fingers and also with a concealer brush. The colors are really gorgeous. They're very glittery. I've only seen this a couple times. I haven't seen this as much. Let me just take it out for you guys so you guys can see. So this is the palette. And as you can see, you get a variety of some glittery shades, which are really pretty. Really gorgeous colors. The next thing from Too Faced that I want to show you guys, this is all from Too Faced that I did find for the year 2018. This was the Too Faced Unicorn Tears. It's the Rainbow Collection, and also the Too Faced Lives of Festival palette, which amazing. I just love the way this packaging is. I love that it has a unicorn there in the middle too, which is nice. But this is the colors that this palette comes with. You get a variety of rainbow colors as well as some mattes. I bought this palette for $42, so I didn't buy this at TJ Maxx, but when it hit the shelves at TJ Maxx, you best believe I was a little bit pissed off because I spent like $45 with this palette, and it was only for like, I think, $25 or $30 at TJ Maxx. I totally recommend you guys wait maybe if you are trying to buy a palette at Sephora. Maybe wait and see if it will hit TJ Maxx, because sometimes you'll be surprised it might end up there. So this one is the Too Faced Rainbow Strobe Highlighter that came out. And this one is so pretty. Can you guys see the shimmer in this? So beautiful. I just want to like dip my nose into this. Really love this highlighter. It's really nice. This other one is a Too Faced Unicorn Tears bronzer. Now this one is more of a shimmery bronzer, but check this out, you guys. It has like a little unicorn right in the center of the bronzer, which totally sold me. And this literally smells just like chocolate when you open it up. Really amazing. I love the whole packaging. It's so pretty. It's definitely a collector's item. And now we're going to go into the other palette. Now this palette I found also at TJ Maxx and Marshalls is the Fashion Fanatic by MAC. I think this is such a beautiful palette for the summer. The colors are very nice, very shimmery, very matte. Really pretty. Really pretty palette. I did do a tutorial as well with that palette. I will link it up there if you guys do want to see it. So the other palettes that I do recommend you guys try, and I think it's a really nice palette or a nice blush trio, is this one by Clara Cosmetics. Now Clara Cosmetics is an indie brand, so I totally recommend this brand. The blushes are really nice. They're like more of an orangey tone, and it's called the Untamable Powder Blush. And then the other one is the bronzer, which you get the matte bronzer, a shimmery bronzer, which it's right in the right corner, and then in the middle is the highlight. They're so compact, and you can fit this in your purse and bring it with you on the go wherever you need it. So I totally recommend that. And over here are the lippies that I ended up finding at TJ Maxx and at Marshalls. One of my favorite finds is the Anastasia in the shade Ashton. Now this one is more of a matte formula. Now I do have to say that this one is a little bit drying on the lips, but you definitely have to moisturize your lips a lot. The next one is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude. This one is in the shade Life Goals, hashtag Life Goals. Now this one is such a beautiful nudie color. I will show you guys swatches in a bit, but this one's such a nice color, really nice. And then this other one is by Becca. It's a liquid crystal lip topper glow gloss. It's a nice topper if you want to apply it on top of your lipstick, a nude lipstick, whatever you like. It's really nice. That's what I found. These are more like lip pencils, and this one is in the shade Dragon Girl, which is more of a red shade, and the other one, which is also my favorite one, is in the shade Bandstar. It's a satin lip pencil. So these are really nice. I like these. These are so pigmented. Really like those. And then this other one is MAC lip gloss by Ariana Grande. Over here, if you guys see on my vanity, I have the Too Faced Cream Peach lipsticks. This one is in the shade Got Peach. This one, I have a few of them actually. I have it in Peach Beach, also in Stop Traffic, and also in Sex and the Peach, and the last one is Make Me Blush. The lipsticks are so creamy and they look so nice on your vanity, and the formula glides on like butter on your lips. It's so good. So I totally recommend the Too Faced Peachy lipsticks if you do end up finding them at TJ Maxx and at Marshalls. And then over here I have some of my Stila Glitter and Glow findings that I found also. One of my favorite ones is the one called Molten Midnight. I did a tutorial using this one. It's so pretty. I love the shade. Look at this. It's so glittery. This one is Gypsy, which is more of a glittery purpley tone. And then this one is called Sea Siren, which is more of like a pink glitter tone. And so now we're going to move on to the worst finds that I personally don't not like from my findings. So this first one is the Subculture Anastasia palette. Now I do have a little bit of mixed feelings about this palette. The one thing I have to say about this palette is that the shadows are a little bit powdery, not as much. Now I wouldn't say this is my worst findings, but I would have to say that this one is one of my least favorite findings, because the eyeshadows, although they are pretty pigmented, they are a little bit powdery. As you can tell, they are a little bit powdery, and I can understand why some people did not pick up this palette or did not like the palette. If you are buying a palette, you definitely don't want your eyeshadows to be too powdery, because then you're going to lose the pigment. So that is why I wasn't so sure whether to make this my favorite palette that I found. The next one is the Shade and Light Cream Contour Palette. Now this one, you guys, I wasn't too sure about because the colors, the contour colors are a little bit ashy on me, and I did not really like the way they felt when I applied on my face. It was a little bit hard to blend. It wasn't that great, but I still like it. It was okay for me. It wasn't my favorite palette, so this was one of the palettes that I wasn't really a fan of, so that is one of them. And then the other one is the Revolution Unicorns Unite palette. This was, I don't know, the colors in this are beautiful. I did create a makeup tutorial using this palette as well. I feel like the colors, although they look very beautiful on the palette, they are not as pigmented as you think they are on the lid, and you have to kind of like dig your brush into the colors for it to be a lot more pigmented. Especially as you can see, like this one, I definitely digged my brush into it a lot because I needed the color to be very like pigmented. So if you go back and forth with the color, you're definitely going to get the color payoff. But for me, I feel like if you're going to buy a palette, I really wanted it to be really pigmented, so that I will definitely pass on. Now this one is the Contour Palette by The Body Shop. The colors in this palette was not that pigmented. I don't know, I just didn't feel the highlight was pigmented, the blush was not as pigmented, and the bronzer was not as pigmented. So this product I definitely did not like, so I moved on to that one. And then the other two products here are the foundations. This one is by Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I wasn't really a fan of this. I think it was very liquidy, and I don't know why. I just wasn't a fan of this. The other one is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. This one is in tan. I think this made my skin very oily, and I have like combo skin, so I didn't like it for that. But I think if you do set this with the powder, you're gonna get more of a matte finish. But overall, I think the smell wasn't that great on this one either. And then this one is a W7 Genius Feather Light Foundation. Now this one has a really strong smell, so if you're not into that, then definitely do not buy it. So the next one here is the Golden Sugar Rose Gold Glow Kit. This one is by Paris Hilton. Now I wasn't really a fan of this palette. Now the reason why I feel like this palette wasn't my favorite is because the highlighters in this palette is a lot more glittery than a highlight. Although they pack a punch, like they look very pigmented, when you do swatch them, you can tell like they're very shimmery, and I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of the highlights. Alright you guys, so that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys like this video. I'll give you guys an idea of what are my favorite finds and some of my worst finds. So if you do have your favorites and worst, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to know. And with that being said, don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Mwah. Adios.